Deborah again. Malcolm, you are acting childish. You can't just cut us off like this. We are your family. There it was, the family card. I exhaled slowly, setting the phone down. They weren't worried about me. They weren't calling because they had realized their mistake. They were panicking because they had just lost their safety net, and they had no idea what to do. First phone call. It didn't take long. By noon, my phone was ringing again. I let it go to voicemail the first 2 times, but by the third, I was curious. I answered. Malcolm. Deborah's voice was shrill, breathless. I could hear noise in the background, probably the bank. Morning, Deborah, I said calmly, sipping my coffee. There was a pause. She hadn't expected me to sound so at ease. What the hell is going on? She snapped. Why can't I access our accounts? Why is everything frozen? I hummed. That's weird. Malcolm, this isn't funny. Who said I was joking? Silence. Then quieter, more controlled. Okay, I get that you're upset, but this is ridiculous. You're not thinking straight. Oh, I'm thinking perfectly straight, I said, probably for the first time in years. Another pause, then a scoff. So what? You're punishing us. That's what this is. No, Deborah, I said, my voice steady. This isn't punishment. This is me resigning. Resigning, she repeated. From my role as your personal bank. A sharp inhale, then anger. You can't just walk away from your responsibilities, Malcolm. I laughed. Actually laughed. Responsibilities, I echoed. You mean like the responsibility of paying for a wedding I wasn't even invited to? More silent. She had no response for that. And that silence, that was the moment I knew I had won. I didn't need to explain myself, didn't need to argue, didn't need to yell. They had played their hand, and now they were watching everything crumble. The aftermath. By the end of the week, Deborah had maxed out every credit card she still had access to. The mortgage was officially 2 weeks late. Sophia's lifestyle had come to a screeching halt. And me, I was fine, better than fine. I was free. I hadn't realized just how much weight I had been carrying until I set it all down. They had spent years using me, draining me, expecting me to keep giving without hesitation. They thought I was predictable. They thought I would always come back. But they had made one critical mistake. They had forced me to see the truth. And once I had seen it, there was no going back. So as I sat in my rented apartment, staring at the new life unfolding in front of me, I smiled. Because this wasn't the end of the story. No, this was just the beginning of their regret. And for the first time in my life, I wasn't the one who had to fix it. The thing about people who take you for granted is that they never see the consequences coming. They assume you'll always be there, waiting, ready, willing to forgive, to fix things, to continue playing your role. For years, I had been the provider, the problem solver, the man who always came through. But when I walked away, when I stopped playing their game, that's when the real panic set in. Because for the first time in their lives, they had to fend for themselves. They were not prepared.
Now comment update to tag you on part 4.